So everybody's been asking for a low impact, so we're going to do a low impact. Now this class that we're going to do today is going to easily translate to being seated in a chair. So I'm going to make reference once in a while to what you can do while you're seated, and you can do them standing. All right, so starting with the march, we got our chest tall, we got our abs tight. And it's really important that you pump your arms. Don't just let them hang to the side, but almost think of doing like a little bit of an uppercut, like in kickboxing, where you're pushing force away from your rib cage. So from the side, it's more like a lift than just letting your arms hang. Punch upward so you engage the chest and you engage that core a little bit more. So this is going to be a really simple and easy to follow low impact, but it's going to get your heart rate up, even if you're seated in a chair and doing this. Now we're just going to bring our stance a little bit wider, and we're going to take those arms and start lifting those elbows out to the side. So that uppercut is more going towards the inside of the body. You're going to lean a little bit forward at the hip instead of leaning into that lower back. Right now we're just getting the blood flowing through the limbs. We're going to shake out those hands a little bit if your hands are feeling tight. And you're going to keep your shoulders relaxed. We don't want to tense up and lift the shoulders, so just be aware of how your body is. Now we're going to bring those feet closer together and bring those hands more towards the front again, lifting up towards the shoulders. Keep it here, taking a deep breath in and out, and then widen that stance again and bring those elbows out. So leaning slightly forward at the hips, so we look like this instead of like this. We're forward, we're hitting something invisible right out in front of us. Keep it here, elbows lifting, pumping hard. 4 more counts, and 3. Now bring your feet back together. Now we're going to start bringing your heels forward with a little bicep curl. So if you're seated in the chair, let's bring those elbows out in front of the rib cage. And think of lifting something heavy with those arms. So instead of just flopping those arms, pump them. Think of lifting something invisible. Like you have 2 light weights in the hand, which by the way, you're welcome to grab a couple light weights or wrist weights and keep them on. You'll be safe doing that. Your feet are flexed, so that big toe is up towards the shin, and your weight's on those heels. Keep it here. Let's do that for 8 more counts. Breathing in through your nose. And last 4 here. Here's 4, 3. Now we're just going to take those heels out to the side and we're going to raise those arms out. The neck is still long, elbows lifting. If you're sitting in the chair, you're just kicking those heels slightly off center and flexing that foot. Keep it here, just pump. Let's go for 8 more. Here's 8, 7, and your last 4, 3. Now give me 1 heel, 3 marches. So we go out, 1, 2, 3. Now we're just going to take those arms and exaggerate them, lifting up a little higher. Tap, 3 marches. Tap, 3 marches. Again, if you're seated in the chair, you're just following this pattern. Tapping your heel side, marching center for 3. Heel, 3 marches. Now when I'm bringing my arms down, I'm thinking of pulling something from the ceiling down to the floor. Always exaggerating every movement and keeping that length in the neck. I'm going to let you start counting how many times I tell you to relax your shoulders down, starting now. Now let's bring it to knee lifts to the front. Just keep those hands in front and think of lifting your knees towards your hands. And again, from the side, I'm leaning slightly forward. It's real easy to want to lean into your lower back. So lift with the core muscles. Keep it here, lifting. Chest tall. Meeting your knee to your hands. Now following that same count pattern, for every knee lift, march 3 times. Lift, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to put a slight twist with my hands, turning with my torso a little bit. 2, 3, lift. Now, make a fist, punch down towards the outside of that thigh. From the side, punch. 1, 2, 3, punch. See, those hands are going towards my hip. So if I'm seated in that chair, I'm getting a little twist going. Twist, 1, 2, 3. Chest is still tall. Abs are strong. 1, 2, 3. Couple more times. 1, 2, 3. We'll go for 4 more like this. Here's 4, 3, 2. Now let's come back to our march, hands to our side now. Let's widen it back out. Now we're gonna take it to what's called your toe taps. If you're seated on the chair, your feet are wide and you're back to that march in place. Now we're gonna point our toes starting with your right toe. So we're gonna go right toe, left toe. Now if I'm standing, I'm actually shifting my weight from side to side. I'm gonna pull my hands right up here in the center so I feel the abdominal muscles tighten. And if you're in the chair, you're just gonna take your arms like this and bring them side to side as you point your toes. Now we're just gonna add a little level change in the center here if you're standing. If you're in that chair, just keep bringing it side to side. The wider your stance is, the more natural this is gonna feel to bend forward at that hip. Almost like you're ducking under an invisible rope that I hung. So this is called bob and weave in kickboxing. It's just gonna get those hips, glutes, and quads working a little bit more here. Keeping those hands up is gonna keep your core tight. So go ahead and just let them fall for a second and feel what happens to your belly. As soon as you lift them up, you feel your belly tight. Now let's add a little punch starting right and left. Now we're pushing away from the rib cage. And you're thinking about actually hitting something in front of you. Picture a target and punch at it. Now, if you're standing, let's go and move this forward a little bit. And then go ahead and just travel backwards again. Just adding some movement. Punch. Now keep your hands up. Don't let them drop down here. Okay, you're forcing your body to keep them up tall. You're keeping your guard up. One little thing I like to call, you're on the phone. So you keep those hands high. Let's go. Move forward. And move back. Now we're gonna take it over the shoulder. So that just adds a little rotation. It's called a cross punch. Again, those hands are still high. We're not down here. We're up high. And if I'm standing, I've got a little turn in my hip. If I'm seated, I'm just gonna dip that knee down a little bit as I tap. And if you have trouble staying on this bead, go at your own pace, it's okay. We're doing a lot of repetitions here, so you don't have quick patterns to follow. Let's go and move forward, punching forward again. And go and travel back. And stay here for that cross punch for 8, 7, 6. Now take it to an uppercut. Now an uppercut, I want you to think about taking something off the floor and pulling and lifting it up. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move forward with punches and take these travel back. Here we go, move forward. Now when we travel back to your uppercut, 4, 3, now hold here for that cross punch. Let's do 4 more. 3, now take both arms and punch them down. Punch them down. Like your fists are hammering something, and now I've got a little bit of a side-to-side lunge going. Again, if I'm in that chair, I'm just dipping that knee down. Here, I'm gonna exaggerate that. I'm gonna make that bigger. So I'm bending more at the hip. That's gonna bring my heart rate up higher. Now let's add this into our pop pattern. Give me 4 more here. Now let's take our travel forward and punch. 4, 3, let's take our uppercut and move it back. Now show me that cross punch for 4. Now both hands punching down for 4, 3. Let's do that again. Move forward, punch. 4, 3, 2, uppercut and move it back. 3, cross punch. 4, 3, 2, both hands punching down. Excellent. March it out. Good. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Again. Breathe it up. One more time. Now, let's start working through your core. Let's take that right hand. Reach, pull. So if we're seated in the chair, we have a wide stance. We got one hand on that hip or the thigh or even the chair if you need it. Otherwise, hands on the hips here as we're standing. Now we're gonna switch sides. Other hand comes up. Now our invisible resistance is up on the ceiling. We have a little handle there and we're pulling it down. We're thinking about this space between the ribs and the hip. Last one, and then we'll switch sides again. Here we go, switching sides. Reach, pull, reach, pull, reach, pull. Other side for 4, 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna do a couple squats, down and up. Now if you're sitting in the chair, you're gonna have your feet out in front, and you're gonna do little sit and stands, or just barely lift your hips up off that chair. Shoulders are down and back. Good. Let's keep it here. Down, up. 7, 6, 5. Heart rate's coming up, so let's focus on some deep breaths in. We got 2 more. Now we're gonna alternate your side reaches right to left. Reach, reach. We'll do 4 more, and then we're gonna go back to squats. For 3 and 2, now let's take it back to the squats. Now this time I'm gonna hold my hands up, and I'm gonna bring my hips a little bit more further back. From the side, my knees are above my ankles, my back is straight and long. Good. Now let's stay up and let's reach up. 2 more times. 1 more time. Now let's squat 4 times. 4, 3, 2. Now stay in your squat position. If you're in your chair, stay seated and take those arms and reach them and pull them. Right now I'm holding a squat, or I'm hovering right above that chair, or just digging my heels into the ground and staying seated. Now taking those arms out a little wider, reach. Now squeeze your shoulder blades into your spine while we're still holding the suspended squat. Those abs are still tight. We're gonna do 4 more here. We're gonna do 3 and 2. Now we're gonna slowly bring it up right here and tap it out. Tap, tap. Now let's go ahead and add some hamstring curls. If you're in a chair, I'm gonna have you bring your feet out in front. So your hamstring curl will be pulling your heel back towards the chair. Okay, let's take your hands in front and let's lift those heels. Now you wanna make sure that your knees are facing down and you're wiping gum off your shoe. You don't want the hands like this. You don't want to be like Charlie the Counting Horse. Lift, lift, wipe off that shoe. And if you're in the chair, you're just tapping your heel back. Keep it here. Heel lift. Now I'm going to take those arms and I'm going to add that little row into them. We're just reaching and pulling. And again, if you're in your chair, you're doing the same arms and still tapping those heels back. Keep it here. Now very close relative. We're going to take a heel touch to the front, just like this. So internally rotating, long airplanes arms I call these. It's a long lever. We're taking one arm and pulling it back with those muscles right behind your shoulder blade and twisting internally at that hip. Your chest is still up. Seated in the chair, you're just coming down and just reaching for the inside of that heel. You don't actually have to touch it, but extricate it if you do. Good, 4 more. 3, now take it to your side leg lift. Out, out. In a chair, you're just tapping out. Keep it here. We're just using those arms to bring that heart rate up. A good option here, if that heart rate's coming up too high, is just put those hands right here on your hip. Try not to tilt your body, but lift, lift. Good, let's do 4 more. 3, now take it back to that toe tap. Good, keep it here. Now I'm gonna have you go in and turn and face. Give me a little point and flex. Now if you're on your chair, you're tapping your toe, you're flexing your foot. Tap, flex. Now we're gonna add what's called a rocking horse, where you curl, lift, curl, lift. Now let's press back, press back. Keep it here. Chest open, you're leaning a little forward here. This knee's right above that ankle. Let's do this 4 more times. Here's 4, 3, 2. Let's return to center and just tap it out, nice and easy. Give me that little side to side. Freak out. We're gonna get ready to turn and face the other direction. So again in the chair, you're just gonna scoot and face your other corner. Ready? Here we go. Lift, curl, lift. Let's exaggerate this knee lift here. Dip down with that chest. Put your weight right on that heel. Squeeze. You're still wiping off your shoe. Pull. Good. Keep it here. Press. Long neck. Chest open. Keep a nice wide foot placement. Sometimes if you start sneaking those feet close together, you're going to start feeling it in this base knee. We don't want to do that. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Let's face the front. Tap it out. Good. Keep it here. Now we're going to take it back to a center march. Let's take a deep breath in. Let's get ready for our next plank. We're going to do a V-step on the right foot with no arms. It's out, out, and back. Good. So here's where we're going to have a little tempo change. Now if you're in the chair, you're just walking your feet out in front. Wide, wide, narrow. It's just basically like an exaggerated march. This whole next part, I just want you to think of a choo-choo train. Just keep your feet moving and try not to think. Now we're going to take it from a V-step into a little mambo to this side. So to this side we just go march out and march together. This is your side mambo. You can lower it down like a squat so you can get that heart rate up a little bit more. And I'm just pumping my arms just like I did in that march. That deliberate uppercut. If your heart rate's up too high, let's just take the arms out. Good. Keep it a higher march if your heart rate's too high. If you want your heart rate higher, I want you to bend those hips. Keep this knee over your ankle. Now I want you to freeze in the center, switch it to a V-step. Out, out, and back. Good. Just keep pumping those arms. Take it to your side mambo. Out, out, and in. Good. I'm not throwing a bunch of arm patterns in here because I want you really focused in on just getting that heart rate up and proper form. That's the most important thing. The movements that we're doing, really think about them. How can you get the most out of them? 4 more. 3, get ready to freeze it. 1 more time, we're gonna go back to that V-step on that right foot. Here we go. Out, out, in. Now very close relative. Little tempo change. I like to call it a little giddy up. You're gonna do a fast step and a slow step. Watch me first. Fast step, slow step. Fast step, slow step. Fast, slow. Giddy up and back. Giddy up and back. Hands high. And back. Giddy up and back. So this is just shy of what's called a plyometric. Hop, step, back. So if you really want to go for this one, you're going to take a big jump towards me. If you're like, nah, you're going to give me that giddy up. Let's do that 2 more times. Do that 1 more time. Now do your side mambo. Good job, breathe. Oh, I bet that heart rate's coming up. I know mine is. Now we're gonna add a squat to this side. In 2 more. 1 more, now just to this side. Let's do a little squat. Good, if you're in that chair, you're just taking this foot and stepping it out and pulling it in. Step it out, pull it in. Drop, drop. Give me that V-step on your left foot, please. Now we'll do that same thing. We're gonna throw that tempo change in here. So just think fast, fast, slow. If you're comfortable with that plyometric hop forward, go for it. Are you ready? Giddy up, let's go. Left foot, left foot. Don't let that right foot try and lead. Your left foot, for some reason, thinks it doesn't have to do as much. Come on. What do you want to do here? How about we practice that 8 more times this side? 8. See how I just stepped back with my right foot? I just did exactly what I told you not to do. Woo! 4, 3, 2. Give me that side mambo left. Here we go. Drop it. So we're prepping up for that squat. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Pump those arms. 2 more. Are you ready? Squat. Here we go. Down, up, hands high, more core. Hands by the head, we're even harder. You get to decide that. How hard do you feel like making this? Right, or right here, spine. Awesome. 8, 7, 6. Let's do a little combination here for fun. 4, 3, 2. I want you to take it to your V-step on that right foot. Giddy up 1 time. V-step. Side mambo. Now squat. Again. Last few times. Now with your left foot, give me a slow V-step. Giddy up 1 time. Slow V-step. Side mambo. Squat it. 4, 3, 2. V-step, right foot, go. Giddy up. V-step. Side mambo. Now squat. Again. Good. Last one. V-step, left foot. Giddy up. V-step. Side mambo. Squat it. 4, 3, 2. Let's march it out. Right foot. Good job. Hands up. Now we're going to keep those hands up overhead, widen your stance. Now lift your knees. Now in your chair, you're doing big arms up and down, and you're lifting your knees. I want you to give me 2 on the right side. Give me 2 on that left side. And 2 right again. We're pulling handles from the ceiling at a slight angle. Working that core. Keep it here, lean slightly forward. Now go back to those single counts. 4 more times. 3, show me those doubles. 3 more times like this. And 2 more. 1 more. Now let's take those single knees, traveling forward if you're standing. Otherwise you're still in that chair. Now hold it here for those doubles. Take single knees and travel them backwards. And give me those doubles. Now, kicking right and left, nice and easy. Kick, kick. If you're in the chair and it's hard for you to kick and lift your legs, you're going to tap a heel in the front instead. I want you to reach from the shoulders through the chest. So unlike punching, we're really extending out, but we're not letting the shoulders roll forward. Kick, kick, kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, single knees, travel forward, lift. 2. Give me those double knees right here. Let's take those single knees and travel them backwards, both hands. Good. Now give me those kicks. 4, 3. Now I want you to give me 1 kick, 3 marches. Kick, 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. Kick. 3 marches. 2 more times. 1 more time. Let's take single knees and travel them forward. Go. Give me those doubles. Singles, moving backwards. 1 kick, 3 marches, reach. Let's do this again. Single knees, travel. 4. Lean into them. Give me doubles right here. Hold those handles. Single knees, travel them backwards. 1 kick, 3 marches. Good. Lunge back. Now, your lunge backs, seated, you're just going to take your troubles and throw them at me and point your toes behind you just a little bit. Kind of like you did with the hamstring, just point the toes. Otherwise, we're extending that leg back. Palms are facing up. So now we're using the chest to push towards me from this side. We got that chest up, knees above the ankles. Get ready to do slow lunges. Let's take a slow lunge back now. Down, up. If you're seated in a chair, you're going to reach down to the floor, reach down to the floor. So when you tap your foot back, you're going to reach down like you dropped something on the ground and you had to pick it up. Reach. Here we go. down. Now I'm taking my opposite hand and reaching towards the inside of that ankle. We're lunging. You need to stand above the ankle. Back is staying straight. Good. Keep it here for 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Abs strong. Protect that back. 4, 3, 2. Let's go back to those single tap backs. Here we go. Tap it back. Now give me 1 lunge, 3 marches. Lunge, 1, 2, 3. Now give me 2 slow lunges back. Going back to those singles. Tempo, here we go. 1 and 3. Slow lunges. Good. 2 more times. 1 more time. Singles, here we go. Give me 1 and 3. Slow lunges. How about some upright rows with these? 2 more. 1 more. Now I want you to do a side to side. Tap, tap. Good. Now we call these rainbow arms. So if you're in your chair, you're just going to tap your toe, turn your knee in, and bring those arms around. If you're here, it's a big move. This one really gets that heart rate up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now I want you to stay right here and take that leg in and out. So we're just going to keep repeating the same side. All your weight's right here on that heel. When I say switch sides, you're just going to turn, go the other way, do the same thing. Switch sides. Keep it here. I've got 1 hand on my thigh or 1 hand on my hip if I want to challenge that leg more. Again, either thigh or hip. In the chair, you're just here. We're going to switch sides again. Let's go. 4 times. 3 times. Now switch sides. 4, 3, 2. Switch. Do that again. 4, 3, 2. Switch for your last time. 4, 3. Let's go back to your singles. Here we go. Big arms. Pull. Pull. Like you mean it. Give me 4. 4 on the other side. 1 last time. Singles. Here we go. Now give me 4, 3. Switch sides. Let's take it to a march in place. Good job. How about some nice easy heel taps? 7, 6, 5. Let's start bringing that heart rate down. March it out, back strokes. While you're marching, let's just bring that arm around and around. 4 more. 3. Let's take this to a nice easy mambo on your right foot. Right foot mambo, forward and back march. From the side, it just looks like this. You can even throw a little hip in there. Little mambo. When I say freeze, you're going to freeze and just switch feet. I want you to freeze and take your left foot forward. Easy mambo. Keep it here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together when you pull those arms out. In the chair, you're marching forward and back. I want you to freeze and switch back to that right foot for 4, and 3, and 2. Now freeze and switch to your left foot for your last time, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now just hold it here. Let's place those hands on your thighs. If you're seated, you're going to keep your hands here and you're going to round your spine and you're going to release. If you're standing from the side, we got those knees here, we're rounding your lower spine, releasing back to neutral. This is good for your lower back, good for your core. Last one. Now I want you to just slowly bring it all the way to the top. And we're going to take this arm. If you've got shoulder issues, just hold your hand here. As you're reaching up, stretching your side, I want you to dip this hip down and reach towards me just a little bit, supporting your weight with your hand on your thigh and gazing up at that top arm. Now when we release, I want you to bring your arm down in the front and then take this arm up. That just makes sure you're keeping that shoulder safe. And once you start to feel the stretch, drop that hip, reach towards me, support your weight. And if you're seated in the chair, just hold on to that thigh. Slowly bring it down in the front. Arms come up, we take a deep breath in. We're gonna take the head to one side, and we're gonna bring that chin and bring it down and up a few times. Last one. Now in the center, when your head comes center, let's just look up and lift those arms up. Open up the chest. When you look down, take your knuckles towards your bottom. Take a deep breath in. And as you lift your head, let's take your head to the other side. And take that chin down and up just a few times. Good. As we come back to the center right here, open up that upper back, just pressing through the shoulder blades. Pull the hands to the chest, breathing in, and again, press out and in. Take those arms back. Pull your thumbs behind you, stretch those shoulders. Now take one of your arms and bring it across your chest, make the letter V. Tilt your head away. Keep your chest lifted. Switch sides. Good, now we're gonna step in, we're gonna take your right foot forward, and we're gonna reach down towards that foot, and we're gonna come up. Now, this is an active stretch, but it's still gonna be working that lower back a little bit. We'll do this just a couple more times, reaching down and lifting up. Now, I just want you to shift your weight forward, bring that leg behind you a little bit more, holding your calf stretch. Now bring your hips under and squeeze that bottom a little bit. If you want a deeper stretch than that, come up on your back toe, rotate those hips under and drop down just a little bit. If that's hard on your knees, you're here, slight bend and tilt using that glute. That'll open up that hip flexor. Keep your body nice and straight and your weight's right here on this heel. Let's go ahead and switch the sides now. Bring your other foot forward and just come down. And notice when I come down, I'm not doing this. I'm keeping it straight back. So especially if you're seated in a chair, make sure when you reach forward, you're reaching out towards something. You're bending those hips, you're lifting that tailbone for maximum stretch. Good, now shift your weight forward. Let's get that calf stretch. Good, start squeezing your bottom, thinking about that hip flexor stretch. I'm gonna raise up on that toe. Let's bring those hips under and hold your stretch. All right, let's go and step it on in. Let's just take one more deep breath up overhead. I hope you had a good workout. I hope you sweated with me, and we hope to see you soon. Have a great day.